Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Now, I've done a lot of podcasts on various streaming services, and I've done a couple of videos here or there. I love streaming video. I think streaming video is the greatest invention of humanity, and I'm lumping YouTube in all of that. But not all streaming services are created equal. So I'm going to go through and give every streaming service a letter grade. Now, I graded these streaming services before the big change that happened. So some of these, their letter grades are going to get a caveat, an asterisk. We're going to start with the big one, the first one, the granddaddy of all streaming services, motherfucking Netflix. Now, you're going to hear a lot of people bitch and moan about how Netflix used to have everything under the sun for $8 a month. That is actually true. I signed up for Netflix day one during the beta. And I had Netflix consistently until a year and a half ago, and I finally canceled my subscription. I did not cancel my Netflix because I'm disappointed in the service. On the contrary, I think it's better now than ever. But I can't afford it. I gotta be selective with where I put my money. And I can't afford Netflix because it's like $20 a month now. And that's too much. But they actually have some damn good original stuff. Yeah, you got the 10,000 seasons of Cake Boss. And Is It Cake? And We Love Cake and everything else having to do with cake. The Great Cake Bake Off and everything else. Yeah, people love cake, Netflix. I get it. But they've also got Stranger Things. They've also got Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Orange is the New Black. Fuck y'all, that show was damn interesting. Damn good. And then a whole bunch of other shit I don't even have time to get into. Original movies, original series, documentaries, and now they've got live sports. And best of all, they've got WWE. I'm giving Netflix an A+. It is still the gold standard in streaming services. Yeah, their catalog isn't what it once was, but their original stuff is actually must-watch TV. That makes up for it. You want to watch the catalog stuff? You got Tubi. You got the high seas. You got YouTube. You got DVD. You got options. I'm giving Netflix an A+. It is still to this day the gold standard in streaming services, and if I could afford it, I'd have it. And if I had it, I would probably watch nothing but. Amazon Prime, I'm giving a B-. I'm just going to throw that out there. Their original shit, not as good as Netflix, not as bad as you think, but not as robust as Netflix. Their catalog is a little deeper than Netflix, but a lot of their catalog stuff is behind a double paywall. You got to pay for it, you got to have Amazon Prime, and you got to endure ads, which fucking sucks. And then you also got to pay extra for the TV shows that are behind the double paywall. You're like, oh, you want to watch this show? You got to buy the season or rent the season. That's why I knock it down a point. But it's still a B- because even though you got to pay a little bit extra for everything, they have just about everything you could want. Let's talk about Max. When I first signed up for HBO Max, I had high hopes for HBO Max. Lovecraft Country was damn good. So good that it could have replaced... If they kept making shows like that, Max could have definitely given Netflix a run for their money. Especially because Warner Brothers has one of the deepest, richest catalogs in the history of cinema. But Warner Brothers, Discovery, whoever the fuck is running that company, decided, nah, we don't want to put all of our stuff on our streaming service because we're full of shit and run by idiots. We're gonna license out our stuff to everybody else, and then we're gonna pay other people to put their stuff on our platform. Makes no goddamn sense. You guys own DC. You should have every DC movie ever made. You should have every DC animated series and television series ever made, and you don't. You stupid fart knockers. You own the biggest media franchise in the history of media franchises, just below Star Wars. You own Harry Potter. No, we're not going to get into, the bullshit, but you don't have Harry Potter on your platform. You own fucking Nightmare on Elm Street. You own Freddy Krueger. You have the entire fucking catalog. You own all, 9 films in the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, but they're not on your service. You own The Wizard of Oz, and it's not on your service. You fucking idiots. You're run by monkeys. Max gets a C- because I don't know who the fuck is running that shit service. Lovecraft Country is the only reason why I gave it a C- instead of a D. But by the way, you can get Lovecraft Country on Tubi for free. So, do you really have to pay for Max? No. Peacock. Okay. I like Peacock because Universal is actually a better run company than Warner Brothers. They know their catalog is valuable. So they keep their catalog on the streaming service because they're not fucking idiots. However, their big heavy hitters, they do not own. They distributed Amblin Entertainment films. They do not own the Amblin catalog. And even though you associate Universal with Amblin, Jurassic Park, E.T., Jaws, Back to the Future, that shit is nowhere to be found on Peacock. It comes and goes. Now, they've got all the Universal monsters. Okay, so I'm going to watch Dracula from 1931. But am I going to watch it twice? No. Come on, Peacock. What gave Peacock the edge, what really made it stand out, was they cut a deal with WWE. And they replaced the WWE network in the US. And they had the entire WWE backlog, on their service. Unfortunately, they didn't pony up, and they lost that to Netflix. So now, Peacock is going to go from a B+ to a C+, because they don't have shit all to watch without the WWE stuff. I'm not going to talk about Paramount Plus all that much. It's a D-. They've got a bunch of fucking reality TV shows like Survivor and Big Brother and shit like that nobody fucking watches. And yet again, they have a fairly rich catalog. They own a lot of the, the Star Treks and the Friday the 13th and a lot of big heavy hitters that are nowhere to be found. I mean, Star Trek kind of comes and goes, but once upon a time, Netflix had the entire Star Trek catalog. Now nobody does? Why doesn't Paramount Plus have the entire Star Trek catalog? They own Star Trek. Because they want to license it out to everybody else because they want the money dollars. Well, then no one's going to pay for your service, you dipshits. Disney Plus. This one gets an A. It gets an A because of Star Wars, Boy Meets World, the Disney Channel stuff, and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You got some damn good stuff there. Even if they stop making new Marvel and Star Wars stuff, you've got the entire back catalog. You have every Pirates of the Caribbean movie. And Disney is not stupid. They keep it to themselves. They don't license it out to other people. They don't say, we've got the greatest movies of all time, but we're not going to have them on our service, but we're still going to beg you to please pay for our service. No, they're not stupid. They know what people are here for. Disney Plus gets an A. It can't get a higher than that, though, because the way they handle their original series. You get a season, okay, this is great. I love this show. And I gotta wait 2 years for the next season. And I only got 5 episodes to watch in the meantime? No. You gotta do a little better, Disney. Other than that, not a bad service. And any streaming service that gives me Boy Meets World is gonna get a thumbs up. I love Boy Meets World. It's the greatest TV show ever made. Fight me in the comments. Tubi, A+. 1, it's free. 2, it has everything Netflix used to have, with a couple of exceptions. There's no Friends or that 70s show, but who cares? We don't watch that 70s show anymore because of the rapist, and we don't watch Friends anymore because we've seen it 10,000 times and it's etched in our brains, plus I have it on DVD and Blu-ray anyways. But it's still a good service. I could watch horror movies all day long on Tubi for free. I could watch Transformers cartoons and anime all day long, Transformers anime specifically, on Tubi for free. I can watch Alf if I want. And I don't have to pay for it. Pluto. Pluto is free, the same as Tubi, but it is not on the same level as Tubi. It is sort of the free preview, if you will, of Paramount Plus. They give you a sampling of the Paramount catalog, and they occasionally throw in some old made-for-TV movies from time to time that you're like, oh, okay. And yeah, they got some Degrassi. That's it. Pluto gets a... I'm going to give it a C-. Pluto could be better. Shudder, A+. It's fucking only horror movies, nothing but horror movies. It's only $5 a month, and it has every fucking horror movie you could ever want to watch, plus originals, plus TV shows, plus documentaries. Shudder is like my fucking bread and butter. Apple TV Plus is the only streaming service I'm giving an F. Fuck Apple. Okay? Not just because I hate the company. I like their iPod. It's a pretty good product. They don't make it anymore. So they got nothing for me to get, no reason for me to give them money. I have iTunes, but they don't do shit with iTunes anymore because they want you to get Apple Music. I'm not paying for Apple Music. I've already got Spotify, which is better. And I've got Amazon Prime and Amazon Music, which is not as good as Spotify, still better than Apple. But you know what? Apple TV has nothing. Literally nothing in their catalog. They do not license movies from anybody. They do not license TV shows from anybody. They only host Apple TV Plus originals. And I'm sorry to say, I had Apple TV Plus for a year. I got a free year with my cell phone bill when I signed up for my cell phone provider. In that entire year, I could not find one fucking thing to watch that was worth a shit. Nothing. Apple TV Plus gets an F. YouTube, A fucking plus. It is, in some ways, it's as good as Netflix. In other ways, it's better than Netflix. One, I'm a YouTuber. Obviously, I'm making YouTube content, so you know I'm a part of the YouTube ecosystem, but I'm also a part of the YouTube community. I like to watch YouTube videos. YouTube gives me more content than anybody else. Dollar for dollar, because it's free. And by the way, if you use ad blockers, you don't have to sit through the commercials. I love YouTube. YouTube is the best streaming service, hands down. AMC Plus gets a C. They occasionally have some quality stuff, but they never have anything that you want to watch when you want to watch it. Showtime gets a D- because they only license catalog stuff from other companies, and it comes and goes, and it's just not good quality stuff, and they get it for a limited time. Same with Stars, it gets a D-. Yeah, they'll have some good blockbusters for like a month, and then they go away. And then you'll have a bunch of shit that you're like, yeah, these are the fucking movies that nobody watched. Why would I want to watch them on your service? And that is every streaming service that matters. Yeah, there are other streaming services out there, but they don't register on my radar. These are the important ones. And I don't even talk about Crackle or Crunchyroll. Fuck off.